The American presidents were people like you and like me, or at least that's how the founders intended them to be. Hi, my name's Teddy Ebby. Welcome back to my recurring segment where we're talking about the more personal nature of the US presidents past and present. We're going to be talking about their nicknames. And today we're going to be talking about the 6th US president, John Quincy Adams, and his positive nicknames. And you may be asking yourselves, but didn't we already talk about John Adams? Yeah, we talked about John Adams Sr. We're talking about his son, John Quincy Adams, or John Adams Jr.
No, silly, it's his son.
So here we are encountering our first father-son duo of the presidency, not to be repeated until George Herbert Walker Bush and George Bush Jr. So without further ado, John Quincy Adams' most used positive nickname was Old Man Eloquent. Ironically, this nickname actually comes for his career that took place after his term in the presidency. After his term in the White House, John Quincy Adams didn't retire and go home. He returned to the People's House, the House of Representatives. Just like his father, John Quincy Adams was known for his fiery speeches and his passionate oration. He was also well known for being a huge abolitionist, a proponent against the expansion of slavery. His speeches on the floor of the House of Representatives were some of the most well-written ever to be spoken in that hallowed hall.
People don't talk that way anymore.
But what he spoke about was what really earned him positive nickname number 2, the Hellhound of Abolition. Perhaps even more than his father, John Quincy Adams was vehemently anti-slavery.
Today's subject is slavery.
And he held the nation's highest office in a time when Southern plantation owners held an enormous amount of political clout. He inspired his abolitionist allies when he fought against a parliamentary procedure known as the gag rule, which prevented members of Congress from even talking about petitions that would impact slavery. Both during his presidency and after, he stood as a symbol of moral courage against overwhelming opposition. And this nickname framed him as this relentless, almost dogged defender of liberty. And this fits in nicely with his third and final popular positive nickname, the Man of Purity. You see, Quincy Adams was known for his integrity. Even his most fierce political enemies wouldn't have a leg to stand on if they had accused him of any sort of impropriety. His frugal, often austere lifestyle and refusal to bend to the will of any of the political machines or parties that were abound during his time earned him this respectable title.
That was just too much of a goody two-shoes for him.
So it's easy to see that John Quincy Adams was a rare man in DC politics even then. He was a principled man who wouldn't compromise his beliefs. But rarely do one's enemies only result to slinging truths at you when coming up with insults. And the same is true for the enemies of John Quincy Adams. My name's Teddy Ebby. Join me next time when we talk about John Quincy Adams' 3 most popular negative nicknames.